So a lot of people were asking for a tutorial. It's very vague. I don't know exactly what you want a tutorial on. So if you have something specific, just let me know what it is, so I can try to do my best to talk about it, like maybe light sources or physics or camera and stuff like that. But I'll try to be general, I guess. And I think if you spoke to someone who's a bit more inclined, would be like, okay, well, first off, you gotta get a list, put some coordinates down, and then just look at the world. And if you don't like what one looks like, you just change the coordinates until you find something, yada yada. And then for physics, they'd be like, okay, well, you're gonna have to go over here, and we're gonna make this ginormous, like, a 2,000 block script real quick. But for physics, I'm using Box 2D. It's pretty much the same thing. The same thing. If you have my like Roblox one, you already know, or you have it in your hands at the very least. So the first thing you need to do, of course, is head on to Simple 3D and go on into Open Sample Project. That's where I got my stuff from. If it's not working on the desktop, go ahead and go to the turbowarp website and click it there, because sometimes it doesn't work within the desktop edition. So go on the browser edition. And how I take care of assets here is that, of course, everyone knows clones, everyone knows positions and stuff. So if I drag this, I'm trying to find like a good okay, so here's this. See, as you can see, if I move it around or if I move it into myself, it's very clear to see that it is being moved, as you can see. So I'm pretty sure you get the point here. And then here's the character. I guess here's the character script I've got going on. It's super short. It's just these two. Movement. This is for forward and backwards. This is for strafing. And this one here is for... No. This one's for rotating. And this one's for strafing. And if we head on over in here into mesh, we'll see standard cloning script. So repeat 10, go to a random position, and that's what these purple ones are. And here's the render mesh script, pretty much. And there's that. And we've got the physics enabled. Same as enabling the physics for this one. But to set it up, the physics, we're setting up gravity 0, 0. So it's pretty much anti-gravity. It's a top-down sort of gravity. You can push it around, rotate it if you want. It rotates you as well. It feels fairly natural. Like, I think this is the best physics you can get without going into tedious detail. So there's that. I set it to 30 a second. If you're lagging, maybe lower it. I don't really know. And then when it comes to the tree, we're rendering the mesh for the tree. We got the mesh creation, and then we have the mesh. So to do that, you just go to your desktop here. I'm going to try to minimize this real quick. So you have an object file. You're going to need the texture file. So if you don't have the texture file, figure it out. You gotta have the texture, and it has to be one picture, not multiple, because it's not going to work. Or if you do have multiple, you're going to have to split the model up into separate models. All you gotta do is just duplicate it. Just, copy the model, and you would just go ahead and you paste, and you just give it a .txt. You just type .txt, and it turns into a .txt file, and then you just import it as a list. So you would go on here, and as you can see, since you already read it, if I go ahead and I open the tree mesh, you'll see that it is pretty much the same. So all I did was I clicked on import, and that's how we have the vertex data there. So that's what that is. Okay, so there's how that is. Here's all the lists, and you just click on the list with the one you just did. UV coordinates, box V, box Y, that's just, standard box. And we want it to take this costume, so, I'm pretty sure, hopefully, you guys know how to import a costume. So we just put that in there, and then tree, and you can set it pixelated. Heck, you can even do blurred. to kind of see how that works out. So now that I've clicked blur, it's gonna look a little weirder. But yeah, so there's that. And then these are some settings that were already here from the sample project. As I've said, please start off with the sample project. But if we scroll out, it's pretty short, honestly. We can set FOV, all that sorts of things. So that's how the tree texture's in. Model. That's the only model we have. And if you want to make a new model, just copy this and then just repeat the process with your next model. That's really it. And then maybe go ahead and separate it with comments if you're worried about getting lost, I guess. So there's that. I'm just trying to think what else to say, because that's the setup for it. And you can go ahead and, oh, here's Skybox, I guess, if you want to see how I personally have done it. I'm just going to put this on screen in case you want to maybe try it out yourself. This is how you make a cube with it. So yeah, you're calling the front faces. That's how that's done. Cool stuff. There's that. And then the trees. I'm gonna get this back up. As you can, very small stuff. And we just have it move to the X position and the Y position. So just treat them like standard clones. Rotate around. We can probably remove this. Honestly, I don't think this needs to be done to be added in. And yeah, I'm just gonna do direction. Honestly, that's probably the next thing I want to put in here. So yeah, rotate around Y by direction degrees. Good stuff. And that's it. And then when it starts as a clone, it's just gonna continuously loop this. So that's how you do that, I guess. And then I guess another thing you might be thinking is trying to get in your mind. Okay, I'm trying to think of what you're thinking. I don't know. If you want to do like a different mesh, you can just be like variable, and then you just like click on like a new variable and be like costume to be used, and then you can just be like set costume to be used, and then just like costume to be used and like set the name of it, right? And then just draw mesh and then costume to be used. So you can have like different sorts of meshes made. And then if you want a good site for meshes, like that's the first thing I see. But yeah, I like looking at these because Blockbench is what I like using. Blockbench is pretty cool. It's a super simple. It's a pretty simple. Oh, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool, dude. Blockbench, where is that? It's yeah, right here. Blockbench is a pretty cool place for models. You can also go to itch.io, and you can go to browse, and you can be like assets, and you can just be like 3D. Oops, I keep forgetting the 3 button on my computer. It doesn't work. And you have like a plethora of stuff to just import in. The same stuff, honestly. And there's primitives, so go ahead. You can probably use these, I guess. Cool stuff. But hopefully this is what you guys were asking about when you said tutorial. So that's about, because I think a lot of people are just struggling with the aspect of like positioning stuff. And I feel like this is just kind of like a super easy way to do it. Now, if I do like draggable, actually, hang on a second. Sensing, and we just set it to set mode draggable. Yeah, okay. So if I do this, like I zoom in here, and I go ahead and like I rotate my camera, and if you're like, well, I want to be able to edit while in game, well, here you go. Here's your method to the madness, so you can kind of, you can kind of position things the way you want it to. Maybe have like a rotate option, be like, because you could make an editor, you could script one up for sure, but this just seems to be the simplest way to do it. and you can like have them like bump into each other too, which I think is really cool. You can have them bump into each other. That's cool. This is why I like the box 2D physics stuff. And as you can see, like they don't rotate either, which is pretty. Actually, wait, do they? All right, is it rotating? No, not exactly. I don't know what's going on here. It's like what point and direction? Rotate around Y by direction degrees. What the heck? Wait. What if I do this? It's weird. That's pretty weird. That's weird. Why it's why isn't it rotating? Say rotate around Y. X. Direction. It's not really picking up the direction. Oh, I see the problem now. I saw the problem. Bloom, 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 bloom. Because I put it after the draw mesh call. There you go. So now we can have them rotate. My bad. So yeah, that's how you do rotation. So if I go here and I grab one of these, and look, now it can rotate. You can like push it and you can like rotate it around. You'd be like, I don't like the way you're looking. I'm gonna bend you this way. Grr. Grr. You can kind of smash them in each other. Bam. 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 Look at that. We have physics. Wow. Can have this one smash into them too. Wow. 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 Skadoosh. Now like a whole forest over here. That one's not trackable. I think this is the last one, so I gotta do like a hide. There, so there's all of them. I'm pretty sure. Unless there is one out there in like middle of nowhere, right? There is. What the hell? It's not draggable though. It's very confusing. Why aren't you not draggable? I'm guessing this is what, like the first one. I think this is like the not clone. No, it is a clone. Oh wait, no. There's a clone inside of it. What the heck? There we go. So yeah, this I just need to make it hide. Probably just need to make it hide, and then I can just drag this one. There we go. And we have a tree. We have tree wars. I'm Mr. Tree. I kind of hate how they're so stiff. They're kind of stiff. So you can fight. But yeah, hopefully this tutorial helps you. Ask me if you have any like questions and stuff. That'd probably help out. I probably have to make some like hills and stuff, and mountains. Those are the next things I need to add into it and stuff. And then fog. I'm not sure. I had it. It's here. It's at the tip of my tongue. I swear. Yeah, where is it? I'm pretty sure it's just right here. Yeah, turn fog on, and then this is what I got, and then yeah, that's it. So yep.